After a dominant freshman season where he caught 12 interceptions and won every single award except for the Heisman Trophy, Mike Pemulis has already earned the title of the best linebacker in college football. But going into his sophomore season, he had a big problem. Mike's hard-hitting play style had led to a lot of injury problems. He was able to hide them pretty well and continue to play at a high level, but he's been dealing with excruciating neck and back pain on a daily basis. To cope with this, he'd started taking dangerous amounts of painkillers, and it was beginning to become a problem, but thankfully he was able to rest up a fair amount over the course of the offseason, and by the time fall camp hit, he felt pretty good again. With his health recharged, he set an insane goal for the upcoming year to break the college football single season interception record of 14, and if he doesn't meet that goal, I'll be sending everybody who likes this video $14,000. Let's hope that Mike can stay healthy and get right into his sophomore season. We open up the season playing Arkansas in the prestigious Dukes Mayo Classic here. Mike is looking to firmly establish himself as the best linebacker in the country this year and starting things out with a huge hit. That was a great way to start out the season, but Arkansas threatening to score here. Mike's sitting in this middle zone and baiting up the in route. Give me that. 13 picks last year and already has one in the first quarter of our first game. This is going to be a special year. Mike's instincts improved so much over the course of the last season. Coming into this year, he's clearly locked in and gonna get a second interception here. Let's go. He just knows where to run at this point. Feels like he has eyes in the back of his head, and we almost turned that into a pick six too. On top of the interceptions, it's already a great tackling game. Can't get too ahead of ourselves though. There's still a lot of game left to be played in this one, and Arkansas going with the play action is gonna go up top, and dude, we had a deep corner and a deep zone there. No way that should turn into a touchdown. We do head into the second half up by 7 points though, and a little read option here, sit down. We're gonna be forcing some fumbles this year for sure, and now things are looking pretty good. We got man coverage here and guard in the seam. We baited that up quite a lot, but remember, man, Mike is 6'9". He's gonna come down with the pick, and I'm trying to get up out of here. Mike is pretty freaking fast too. Look at him putting on the burners. We're gonna try to tiptoe down the sideline, and I don't think we're quite gonna be able to house it. Well, it's still a great return, and what a hype start to the season this is. 3 picks in game 1. Literally couldn't have drawn this one up better, and why not go get another tackle for loss here? I'm starting to really enjoy playing middle linebacker. There's a nice variety to it. Lots of tackling, but you also get to play coverage. I'm definitely enjoying it more than my first cornerback series, as our cornerback gets torched here. Maybe it's not quite over yet. Just gotta slow this team down though. So down on the goal line, we're gonna shoot the gap and get the tackle for loss. We got a bunch of tackle for losses today, as that takes us to the fourth quarter. I don't think we're gonna hold him off forever though, and going up the middle here, dude dives into the end zone. The CPU loves to do a little dolphin dive, man. An offense punted it away. Could Arkansas be stringing together a comeback here? They're gonna go ahead and go deep, and no way we're beat again. This was like the one thing we couldn't do, and now this really is a game. Oh god. Okay, they're gonna go for 2, and I'm watching the slant here, just play in the middle zone. I think dude is actually throwing that to us, and thankfully doesn't go anywhere. The good news is they can't tie it up with a field goal, but that means they're gonna be going for the throw. If Mike could clutch up for one more pick, that would be ideal. And on third down, they're taking a shot for the end zone. Thankfully that's an overthrow. All right boys, here it is. Gotta lock up on this play, and we're guarding the crosser. They just launch it, and all our cornerback needs to do is make a play, but he can't swat it away. What are you doing, dog? That guy has gotten used all day, and now it's up to the sim. This is absolutely unbelievable. Come on, offense. Oh my god. How on earth did we lose this game? Mike did literally everything perfectly, bro. That's actually one of the craziest games I played on here. We've apparently got the worst DBs on the planet. We lose despite 4 tackles for loss and 3 picks from our boy, including a near return for a pick 6. And that performance, of course, earns us National Defensive Player of the Week. And we're also going to be able to fully upgrade Mike's speed. He's now coming in at 96 speed, 99 excel. And we got a chance to get back on track in week 2 as we take on number 4 Texas A&M on the road. This is going to be a really tough game. I will say though, the AP poll tends to overrate Texas A&M a little bit, so we'll see how this thing goes. Really do not want to start out the season 0-2. That would be a huge uphill battle going into Big 12 play. Unfortunately, this first drive has been pretty easy for the Aggies, and they're just going to run it right up the middle. I kind of got tricked out by that tight end going to the other side, but hey, our own offense answers with a touchdown. But yeah, this game not off to a good start at all. We can't stop their offense, and our own offense has already turned it over. Desperately need a third down stop down near the goal line. They're going with 5 wide, but somehow the quarterback has all day in the pocket, able to get out of there and throw it away. So at least we hold them to a field goal. Our offense is able to answer. Now defense has just got to get it together. Can't give up another touchdown before halftime. And this is looking like a run for sure on third down. Can we string it out? No, they're just going to pick it up. Need to at least hold them to a field goal, and they're just going with a slants play, trying to throw it to flats, and I was hoping we get a pick or something there. As Texas A&M managing the clock kind of interestingly here, it looks like time might run out, and they go over the middle, but able to get into the end zone. That is just killer. Defense has just been absolutely terrible so far in this one. On this third down at least though, Mike's going to get a tackle, and dude is just short of the first. And our offense has actually tied this game up amazingly. We are very lucky to be in this position with how we played. We can really claim the momentum with a third down stop here, and looks like they're going up top. QB's just going to chuck it. I was hoping he was coming our way, and that guy actually has a step on our cornerback. Thankfully we get the swat, and we are going to have a 3rd and 6 here, sending the blitz. Mike's just lurking over the middle, and we get the sack. Big time stop with just over 3 minutes left. But this time offense turns it over, and Texas A&M is already in field goal range. We're probably screwed. Mike trying to force a fumble or something though. It seems like this one's over, but oh my god, Texas A&M's going with a screen here, and Mike jumps it. This is going to be a pick 6, and Mike makes the clutchest play of his career, turning what was certainly a loss to a potential game-winning pick 6. Are you kidding me? That was actually crazy, but this game is far from over. Texas A&M trying to move it quick, and I wasn't quite able to get in there for the stop. We do have a 3rd and 3, so maybe we can keep him out of the end zone as they're going with slants here. And how are we letting that slant get that open in cover 2? Our other DBs are absolutely terrible, and it looks like we're headed to OT, but somehow offense was able to get a touchdown, and we're gonna win it in regulation. What an absurd game. We snatched victory from the jaws of defeat as Mike was patient, waited for his pick, and took his opportunity for his first pick 6 of the season. That should put him on the Heisman watch for sure. Our season has been saved headed into Big 12 play, but we got another incredibly tough game here. Mike's gonna start it out with a pick though. I don't know what that quarterback was thinking, and we got this stadium rocking here against number 12. Offense wasn't able to do anything with it, but still a nice way to start it out, and I have a feeling we got a couple more in store today. We're gonna have a 3rd down playing coverage against the spread formation, and I wasn't expecting the quick slant, but we're able to get in there and break it up for another big play. And after having a great week last week, offense is able to get a touchdown on that drive, and defense is looking really strong in this one so far, picking up another stop. After offense punts it away though, Baylor's got the ball in our territory, and this time I don't know if we're gonna stop them. They get a big run play all the way down to the 3. Gonna try to get a goal line stop. We're just playing the flats here as they go with slants, and I just don't understand. We've got a million zones in the middle of the end zone. How are none of them guarding the slant? That's just frustrating. And despite some great play from defense, it's looking like we're potentially headed into halftime trailing. Offense just hasn't really done it so far on this one, and Baylor's starting to get hot. Down in the red zone here, their quarterback's gonna take off, and can we get a sack here? Not quite. Still a nice stop for Mike though. And they're actually out of timeouts. We could maybe get bailed out here, and oh, they were about to throw me that pick. Got swatted at the line instead. And on 3rd and 9, they're gonna have to try to go for the end zone. Let's see what we got. Dude coming open over the middle, and oh man, I sold out too hard for the pick. Wasn't able to make the tackle. The question is, where was the zone that was supposed to be there? Unfortunately, Baylor is once again driving it, but Mike going in for the tackle and getting a forced fumble. Baylor is just gonna pick it up though, and I think this is actually gonna get overturned anyways, which is a little disappointing. Yeah, dude's knee was definitely down, and the Bears gonna continue to run it. Mike seems like he's like the only player on this defense right now. Nobody else is making a play, and we go down by 2 scores. Offense has just literally done nothing today. I don't even know what to do, but Baylor's going play action here, and we're baiting that up. Should have the pick, but Mike gets mossed. That could have gotten us back into the game. I don't even know how we could have played that better. That's just depressing. Now we're almost definitely screwed. On 3rd and goal, Baylor looks like they're gonna run it, but they just go to the other side. Our cornerbacks continue to be trash. We were at least able to pin him down on the 1, and defense sending the dogs is going to get a safety. Okay, that might be what we need to get us back into it. We do actually have a 3rd down here, and they're going with a slow developing play action. We had dude right in the target for a sack. Couldn't quite get him, at least our teammates do though. And at this point, all we can do is just rack up some more tackles for Mike. He really is doing everything he can. Dropping to 2 losses on the season already is really not good. Now we probably have to run the table in the Big 12 if we want to make the playoffs. Once again, really good game from Mike, 10 tackles and a pick. His teammates were just absent. 3 games into his sophomore season though, Mike Pemulus has already broken the Big 12 career interception record. That's crazy. Offense has mercifully apparently decided to actually score against Oklahoma State, and Mike almost gets a safety right out the gates. On 3rd and 13, kind of expecting another run here, and we're gonna shoot the gap again, but Mike can't quite make the tackle. Dude shakes out of it, and somehow there's just nobody else around. They're actually gonna pick up the first. So a very frustrating 3rd down, but we were quickly able to get him to another 3rd down, and trying to shoot on the blitz here. I am just so bad at tackling the quarterback apparently, because that 1000% should have been a sack. At least we get the stop though. As we take a 2-score lead in this one. All right, things are looking good. Oklahoma State's offense is kind of weird, but we'll figure it out. We manned up against the tight end here. Dude's running a crossing route, and you know we bait those up to perfection. Come on, man. Let's turn this into a pick six. Got to get out of the way of the quarterback, but Mike is able to do it and accelerates for the touchdown. 6 picks on the season already. How can we not be the Heisman? We are potentially seeing the best defensive season in history, and to prove my point, Mike is going to lay out the quarterback. Huge forced fumble, and our teammate picks it up. This man is playing with his damn hair on fire right now after the frustration of last week. This has actually turned into a blowout, 28-0 going into the second half. Now we're seeing what this team can do when they're on point. And Oklahoma State, no slouch either. They're coming in at 3-0, so this has been an impressive performance for sure. We're just going to keep on racking up these stats and playing the run perfectly here. Mike is going to fight and get that tackle. Dude was trying to break out of it, but we held tight. And the game did get a bit slow from there, but a huge win to bounce back from a tough loss. And Mike once again going crazy. 2 tackle for loss, an interception, and a forced fumble. And with that, we break the Arizona State career interceptions record. And that actually earned us National Defensive Player of the Week again. So next up, we're taking up Hawaii, and early on in the game, we got him backed up in their own end zone, and Mike flying in, trying to get the safety, and I thought we had it. They're gonna say he was down at the 1 though, damn. And that helped offense get off to a good start, but Hawaii honestly seems like a competent team early on. This could be a deceptively tricky game, and Hawaii's putting a drive together here. They got a 3rd down run, but Mike is all over that, getting the tackle for loss in the backfield. Let's go. So we come out of halftime with an 8-point lead, but that's not enough. I'm trying to give Mike some stats here. Let's get a pick. Hawaii's wide offense is unfortunately pretty weird to play pass defense against as a middle linebacker, so I don't know if we're going to get an opportunity. We rack up another stop though. This game is just remaining a little bit closer than I'd like though. Offense hasn't quite been able to put it away, and on 3rd down, Mike is finally going to get a chance at a pick, but bro, he didn't put his hands up and the ball just hits off of his head. I did not have the timing down there. That is incredibly frustrating, but we might get another shot before the game is over. 3rd and 9 here, and they're going to try us on that wheel route. Mike is on that and goes up for it, but drops the ball. Damn. Hawaii's actually going to go for this 4th and 9 though, which is kind of crazy, and chucking it up. Our cornerback has got to make a play, and he does. Thank God. It looks like we're going to get the dub after all, and it does look like we're going to get one more drive to make a play. This could be it. We got our crossing route, and dude throws it right to Mike. What are you even looking at, dog? That'll seal this game up. After 2 deflections, we finally get our pick, and we're able to escape with the dub against Hawaii. Another really solid game for Mike. 2 tackles for loss, the pick, and 2 deflections. And after that win at 3-2, they actually got us ranked, which is honestly huge. Makes our playoff chances much higher. And to be fair, we have played a pretty hard schedule. I feel like we deserve it, and so far we're kind of whooping Kansas State. Already up 17-0 here in the second quarter. Defense just got to keep locking up here, and I'm hoping for a pick opportunity soon. Sitting in the cover 1 here on 3rd down, trying to find something to bait up, and they're just going to go up top. We need to make a play there, and thankfully our cornerback does. Those boys have been getting a little bit better in these last couple games. And another chance at a stop here on 3rd down. They're just going with a halfback screen actually, but we don't have anybody over there. We are going to make a tackle at the last second to make a 4th down though. And on 4th and 2, it looks like it's just going to be a run. We're going to send the blitz and force dude inside. Another massive stop. Let's go. The boys have stepped it up here in front of the home crowd, and by the way, it feels like every game is a home game this season for some reason. I'm confident we'll get a chance eventually though, and Kansas State just going with a surprise QB sneak here. We actually stacked that up, and it looks like they're punting on 4th down, which is kind of crazy. They are driving a little bit too quick for comfort here though, and guarding the corner route. We're on that perfectly, but I did not expect him to throw it that early and lead him down. We miss our chance at a pick, it seems. Offense was able to get a touchdown though, and still plenty of time to make something happen as we fly in for a big hit there. Gave me a forced fumble. Last chance here, boys. We got 4th and 12, and nothing's coming to our zone. They're just going to chuck it up, and our cornerback will swat that away to end the game. So Mike with no turnovers that time, sadly. It was bound to happen eventually. Still had a good game, but it's sad we missed that one opportunity. Up to number 19 in the rankings, we're taking on fellow 4-2 team UCF, and we're finally on the road in this one. The Knights are marching down the field early on and going with a screen here. Mike is going to fly in and lay down a big hit. Give me that. And we got a 3rd down here. UCF going with some 5 wide and gonna chuck it up deep. I thought maybe they were coming our way, but our cornerback's gonna get tried and comes down with a pick in the end zone. That's big time. Offense is off to a slow start here, but I feel good the way defense is looking, and in man coverage here against the slot receiver, dude's gonna run a corner, and this is gonna be tough to guard. Didn't play it perfectly, but we're at least able to get the deflection. I'll take that, I guess. And offense was able to get it going, so we got a slim 7-0 lead going into the second half. We'll see if that lasts. UCF going super run heavy so far. Haven't really had an opportunity at a pick pick yet. Hopefully it's not another pickless game, but we are slowly racking up these tackle stats, coming right Mike's way here and sit down. That brings up a big red zone third down. Possible 2-down territory here, and they just flood us, but a big play to knock that out. Looks like they're going to go with the field goal. And I'm starting to get just a little bit nervous about this game. Too close for comfort, and this is not one we can afford to drop. Gonna have to keep on getting these stops, and run coming our way here on second down. Dude misses the tackle, and Mike cleans up to make it third down. All right, I'm smelling maybe a quarterback sneak here. Yep, that's what we're gonna get. I should have gotten up over the nose guard. And they are just slowly wearing us down with their offense. Eventually they're gonna break a big play, and this could be it. Dude hits a juke move, and he is out in the clear. Now we got 3rd and 3. Expecting another run here. Let's see what we got. I sold out for the running back, and the quarterback keeps it. Our end has got to be on that, damn it. So that takes us to the 4th quarter. Drive continues. They got 3rd and 6 now, and I'm trying to bait something up. Quarterback's gonna take off though, and we are gonna fly in to help out with the tackle. All right, 4th and 1. This is a massive play. Expecting a run here, and they're gonna try to go off tackle. That was a stupid idea. We string it out and get another clutch stop. Defense is just going crazy. And man, I was really hoping offense would help us out here, but they have just done nothing. And at this point, Mike's been working so hard. He's getting stiff-armed by the damn quarterback. It's starting to get critical. We head down under the 2-minute warning. They're inside the 15, but the boys are flying in and gonna get a sack there. That is absolutely huge. Gotta pay attention to the clock here. It's 3rd and 11 now, and Mike's got a middle zone. They're going to try to throw it over to the other side, and we're gonna have a 4th and short. Man, gotta try to shoot a gap, and they go RPO. We knock it out, and defense clutches up again. Offense, you better kill the damn clock, guys. Let's go. They do, and we win a defensive thriller. 7-3 is crazy. Mike dropped his only opportunity at a pick, but had 15 tackles on the day. He stepped up for sure. And now we've got a huge one. Texas Tech comes into this game undefeated, ranked number 8. This is our chance to jump back up in the college football playoff rankings. Mike's gonna need to come up big in this one in the rain, and quarterback's taking off here. We're gonna go and get him in the backfield, and they're actually gonna credit us with a sack for that. I believe that's Mike's first sack of the season too. Okay. This has unfortunately been a pretty boring game. Once again, offense not doing a whole lot, and Texas Tech is gonna get into the end zone to take the lead eventually. So things are looking a bit rocky going into the second half. We gotta pull it together, and like, offense just has to do something here eventually, right? We're not going to the playoffs if we can't score, boys. Thankfully, we're gonna get this 3rd down stop. And okay, the boys were at least able to get a field goal. I guess we'll take that. Now we're gonna need another stop though. And bro, for some reason, these last few teams we've been playing have just not been passing the ball. Mike's not getting the opportunities he was getting early in the season. And we've got our backs against the wall here. The way offense is playing, if Texas Tech punches this in, we're done. We do have a 3rd down and long here. Hopefully nothing stupid happens. I'm just guarding this crossing route. Bro is not gonna throw that. Instead goes up top into double coverage, and we swat it away. But they can't even get us 1 touchdown, bro. This is Texas Tech we're playing against. What's going on? Can we at least get a forced fumble? Nope, dude breaks out of the tackle. And they're right on the edge of field goal range here. Need some tackles for loss or something, and we lay down a big hit this time. No forced fumble though. Okay, 3rd and 1. Let's see what we got. Looks like a read option, and can we string that out? Okay, big time tackle. Looks like they're gonna kick the field goal. And okay, offense actually able to get a touchdown. Maybe we've got a shot in this one. Texas Tech is still passing it for some reason. We got a 3rd and 10. Guarding the slot here, and we get the sack, taking a timeout. Offense has got so much time. Just tie it up for us, boys, please. Up to the mercy of the sim here, and they just turned it over instantly. And it looks like Texas Tech is going to be able to kneel this thing out. A brutal loss on the road. Offense just totally sold us. Felt like the opportunities were very limited in this one. Mike was able to get a half a sack, but no interceptions there hurt. All right, boys. So unfortunately, my microphone was off when I recorded these next 2 games. So you'll get some quick post commentary as Mike absolutely shreds BYU's offense. It sucks that my mic was off for this because this was probably his best game of the season. Already 2 picks. He clutches up, jumps the drag route, and gets a 3rd pick of the day, but he wasn't done yet, man. In the 3rd quarter, BYU running right at him, and he sits down the running back for the big hit. And with time ticking down in the 4th quarter, trying to get one more chance for an interception, and once again on the crossing route for his 4th pick of the day. Absolutely insane stats. This next game against Kansas would not go so well though. We're able to get a breakup early on, but our offense was doing nothing, as you can see by the fact that they have 5 points on the board. That's right, we got a safety early on and they still could not score at all in the first half, as Kansas was eventually able to pick apart our defense for a couple of scores, and it was looking like the season was probably going to be over. Mike was trying to do everything he could, helping out with tackles. We would try to fly in for one last big hit. Unfortunately, weren't able to get the fumble on this, and offense kind of made it close at the end, but it was really a blowout. So despite a great performance from Mike, we took our 4th loss. Okay, back to the live commentary. So sitting at a disgusting 6-4, now we're taking on Colorado, and Mike is going to start this out with a big hit on the quarterback. Colorado's putting a drive together though, and going to Mike's man here. I was not expecting the screen, but we're going to fly in and put down another big hit. And we got a 3rd and 7 here, manned up against the running back, and tried to bait up this end route though, and I thought he was going to throw that. Instead, they go up top, and I was worried we were about to get dunked on, but we get the swat. Unfortunately, offense has been turning the ball over. Colorado's got a 10-3 lead, and we are getting fried on defense right now. This has potential to be yet another embarrassing loss, and I'm trying to guard everything in our zone, but didn't see that route coming behind me. Colorado takes a 2-score lead, and offense does unfortunately seem to be laying another egg. We got to find a way to get back in this, and this could be it. We bait up the crosser route, and Mike steps in front of it for the pick. But guess what? Offense instantly turns it over off of that too. At this point, I don't even know what to do, boys. It's looking pretty rough, but we're trying to get into the backfield here, and are we about to get a sack? We get the quarterback, but they rule it a tackle for loss for some reason. And a comeback starting to look impossible. Colorado's in field goal range, and going up top, we get mossed, and they hang 24 on this defense in the first half. That's embarrassing. Once again, no idea what to do here. Guess we just got to stay the course. Keep on trying to make plays for the team. Michael just continue putting up Heisman numbers, and once again, guarding a slant route here, we're going to get a 2nd pick at the half, and this is going to go back to the crib, boys. Mike is the fastest linebacker of all time. No one's going to catch him, and we're actually kind of back in the game now. This offense does not seem like they should have only won 3 games, but we continue to struggle. They run it to the other side, and once again, it's a 3-score lead for the Buffs. Offense actually was finally able to get a damn touchdown. Hopefully it's not too little too late. We head late in the 3rd quarter, and this is a huge 3rd down right on the edge of field goal range. Looks like they're just going halfback screen. That's Mike's man, and he strings that out. Actually gets stiff-armed into the damn ground, but at least we tripped dude up. And okay, offense has come alive. All of a sudden, this is a game. So if we get a stop here, you just never know. Gonna have a 3rd and 8. This is potentially the game. Gotta be smart here, but they've got a man wide open on the other side, even though we should have had a damn zone there. So this is probably over if you don't. So this is probably over if we don't get a turnover, and I over pursued that run so much. Goes right to where our fill should have been, and it's gonna be a touchdown. We tried our best, but we just didn't have the juice to beat this 3-7 team. So much for those playoff hopes we had at the start of the season. We might barely make a bowl game, and that is gonna do it for this one. A depressing loss. Mike absolutely balled out, and still wasn't enough to even keep this really close. I guess at least we got the chance to finish the season with a rivalry game dub taking on Arizona. And okay, offense actually started it out with a score. Hopefully this is the game where we put it all back together, and we're just barely gonna get a 3rd down stop. Thank you. I should also mention Mike's at 13 interceptions on the season. With a pick today, he could tie up the single season interception record. Got a chance to make college football history, but first we got to stop him on this 4th down, and we do. Great start to this game for the boys. And with a 17-point lead, we're in a great spot. Defense has just got to slow these guys down, and we should hopefully cruise to a win. Just got to shut them down on the goal line before halftime here, and we're gonna get him to 3rd down. Watching out for a corner right here, but no, it's just like a weird spacing play. We can guard that easy, and we hold Arizona to a field goal. We need to catch a pick here soon though, bro. I'm trying to tie up this record, and seeing a little seam route here. They're gonna come our way, and that's a high ball, but Mike is a tall ass dude. Comes down with that, and he has tied the NCAA football single season interception record. Just one more and we could break it at 15. And coming on the blitz here, oh man, we almost got the sack just a half second away. We've built up a huge lead, which after a couple tough games feels great. At this point, we can just bait up for stats. We haven't actually gotten a lot of tackles this game, but quarterback taking off here, and we're gonna be able to wrap him up from behind. Not a ton of action there in the 3rd quarter, so as this game winds down, we're just looking for that one final pick. Hopefully we can get it. Unfortunately though, looking like the time's gonna run out on this one. All good though, we get a big dub to end the season. 7-5 is not what we wanted. wanted, but a good game to close it out at least. And a good game from Mike, nothing crazy by his standards, but at least was able to come down with the pick. So sadly, once again, Mike's not going to finish on the Heisman watch, even though this year I think he deserved it. However, he is going to win every other award for sure with 14 interceptions. First team all Big 12, of course first team all American, and we are going to take on App State once again in the New Mexico Bowl. Now in terms of whether we win or lose this game, I couldn't care less. What I want in this one is a pick, man. We got to go break that interception record today. And I feel like we're going to get that pick for sure. It's just a matter of when. And okay, how about right out the gate on the flat route and make it a pick six? Bro literally just threw it right to us. What was he looking at there? App State's 9-4, so they're not bad, but we already got a 14-point lead. They got it down on the goal line here though. Got to go get a stop, and Mike is able to get dude in the backfield. Let's see, can we stuff them? They're going at us again, and once again we get a tackle for loss. Okay, 3rd and goal. This could be huge, and they're going speed option, trying to pitch it out, but can't. And I thought we would hold them to a field goal, but they're going for it. Okay, so 4th and goal. Let's see what we got. We got this right side zone, and they're gonna throw it to the back of the end zone for a touchdown. What's our other zone doing there? So we got a game on our hands. App State already has the ball back and driving again, but a nice little tackle there for Mike. And a big time 3rd and 10. We're locking up in zone coverage, and the quarterback's just gonna take off and throw it out of the back of the end zone. This time they will take the field goal, but offense kind of stalled out. Only a 4-point lead headed into the second half. Mike's got to try to make another play here, and just a second late on that screen we get a huge hit though. And App State actually gonna go for a 4th and 2 on this drive. Let's see, we're sitting in the cover 2, and oh man, I didn't see that. Quarterback takes off and we can't quite get him. Mike just got crossed up there. So after such a great start, App State with an opportunity to take the lead and just chucking it deep on 3rd down. Thankfully this gets swatted away, and we'll have a critical 4th and 4 here in the 3rd quarter. Let's see what we got. They're just going over the middle, and dude hits a crazy move to pick up the 1st down. Just got to keep plugging away here, and this is a tunnel screen. Oh man, dude, we could have picked that off. Just a second late. We're gonna get the stop for a loss at least. All right, 3rd and 12. Got to box up. We're just sitting in man coverage and flushing the quarterback from the pocket. We get the sack. Another huge stop from this defense. Offense just can't get it going against App State though. But now we're in a dire situation. All they need is a field goal to take the lead. Big 3rd and 7, and they're just going verticals, chucking it up to the end zone, and I thought dude got his feet in. I think they're gonna call him out of bounds, but oh no, App State challenging it. I think he might have got a foot in. Yeah, he got both feet in. It's gonna be a touchdown for the Mountaineers. But okay, offense actually clutches up and gets a touchdown. That's what we needed. Now we just gotta hang on. Easier said than done though, and Mike actually gonna get tested here. I wasn't expecting that route, and we can't quite get the paw in for the breakup. So App State's got it in our territory now. Gotta play great man coverage, and that was not great man coverage from Mike. In fact, that is potentially going to cost us the game. Can't really say I care that much about winning this game, bro. I don't feel that bad. Mike already had a pick six. Our offense has done jack in this game. Still not going to be a fun way to end the season if offense doesn't answer here. App State takes the lead. And going for the 2-point conversion, they're going to come Mike's way here, actually, and he's able to break that up. All right, offense, up to you, boys. And they did not get anything, so that's going to do it. We finished the season 7-6. Obviously, giving up 2 big plays in man coverage wasn't ideal, but it was still a good game from Mike. As there we go, national single season interception record. Mike had an absurd year, man. 124 total tackles, 14 for loss, 1 sack, 15 interceptions, 4 pick sixes, 7 deflections, and a forced fumble. Can't believe we didn't have more than 1 forced fumble this year. But yeah, that'll do it for this season. I am heavily considering the transfer portal after what we suffered through this year though. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.